Oh, hanging tough. That was the top hit, 1989 September. New Kids on the Block. That's right. That is the year and the month that this beauty came out. New Kids on the Block were the bomb when this came out. So anyway, what we're going to be doing on this little 1989 Subaru DL is we're going to do a radiator fan switch. The radiator fan switch, it's a little hard to see when the radiator fan's in there. The radiator fan is the one on the passenger side on this. The air conditioning cooling fan is the one on the driver's side. To test the fan, say you got your temperature gauge and say this is cold, this is in the middle, and that's overheating. If it gets anywhere past the middle and that fan is not coming on, there's a problem with it and it probably needs some attention. So what I do, the first thing I do on these is I'll unplug the plug. It's the one that's the cream color one. You'll have a cream one and a blue one. The blue one looks green, but it's blue. There we go, blue. So you undo that one and then pull it up. This will be facing down. This will be at the bottom. It might be on the top. I don't know. Anyway, you run power with that. What I do is I take a couple of RCA cables, about 20 feet of it, and I put alligator clips on them. These are like jumper cables. I paint the ends. I paint one red and one black. And I clip them onto the battery, and then I also have little pins, or you can use nails or whatever you want, and you run a positive and a negative line to each of the pins respectively in here and see if it comes on. So anyway, when you do that, or you can back probe it with your power probe if you're fancy and have technology, see if the fan comes on. If it comes on and spins well and doesn't pulse, you know, everything's happy with it, then it may be that you need a new radiator fan switch. Radiator fan switch is mounted in the radiator right here, and looks a whole lot like this. Somebody wants to be on camera. Who is it? Who knows? They're hiding. Must be my wife. So anyway, that's what it looks like, and that's where you find it. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple more tips because it's probably a good idea. On this belt, the one that's on the driver's side, it's been a while since I've done one of these, so I forgot the tricks. You ever do those little puzzles where you get your fingers together with like a Chinese jump rope and you make a spider web and then you make an X and you make an hourglass and all this stuff? That's what putting this belt on. What's what putting this belt on is like. First of all, make sure that you have your marks such that you can read them. Have a mirror handy. Those are my marks. It's really recessed pulley. It's a pain in the butt. I would maybe even venture to drill a hole in the cover, something that you have a plug that would fit, and plug it when you're done, and then make a mark through that. That'd be a cool idea, huh? Yeah, I like that. So anyway, the reason why this one's a bugger is because of this lip that you have right here on the tensioner pulley. This lip makes it hard to put this on last. You always want to put your tensioner on last so that you have a straight line going across from your cam, which is in the right position. No slack here, all the way up to your oil pump, up around the oil pump to the timing drive gear or crankshaft pulley. So if you do this last, you can't get over the lip. There's not enough room. So what you have to do is have it be off of here, and then pull it off of your idler pulley, the one that has teeth on it, and then keep the tension on this so that it doesn't come off of your other pulleys. You can even paint the belt where it goes onto the pulley. That's what they do in later times. But basically you hold the tension off of this, you put it up underneath of there, and then you put this one on, and at the same time you put this one on, you're pulling down on the top part so that you land it perfectly tensioned onto this one. Once you've done that, pull out the rest of the tension on the belt, tighten it up. To tighten these up, let me show you. See, when you look at the mirror, you can see that there's a bolt here, and then there's another one that's a little bit lower. There it is. I know you can't see it. Just trust me, they're there. You can see that one in the middle of the mirror. But anyway, the one over here, it's the same kind of style. Remove the light. But basically, you just got a little slide bolt. You can see the little bolt in the middle of the mirror, and then there's a pivot bolt right there. It's not in the middle, like I said before. This one's super easy. You know, that one doesn't really take a whole lot of rocket science or anything. Just make sure that you get your timing marks in the right place when it's all said and done, and you'll be happy. Timing marks on this one, there they are. See my paint marks? See, and if I didn't paint those, I'd have had to move it to top dead center, rely on the marks that are there that you can't see. And then I just did another paint mark, like I say, against the engine right here. See the little white mark on the rim and on the front of the block. So that's what I would tell you as far as these go. And then when you go to put this pipe in, you see I put that hose on the pump before bolting it on. I tighten the clamp after everything's together. But with this one, you got to put a new O-ring on it. What I do is I use Permatex Right Stuff. I just freaking love this. I don't get any sponsorship from them, but I just love them. I'll take some of this goopy stuff from the caulking gun. That's the way I like it. Easy Cheese Can's good, but it gets plugged. You don't wind up getting all your money's worth. So anyway, I'll put a little bit of that Permatex Right stuff on, just a little bit of a smear of it around the base of it, and then I'll put the O-ring on, and then I'll smear a little bit in the actual hole in there, and then that just makes it slide right in, and it seals it right up. So I'll do that, and I'll just about have this done, and then go do something fun, like fly my new helicopter. It's the Trex, it's a Line T-Rex 600 ESP. And it's freaking huge. See, that's the 500. 600. It's like double the size. That one weighs 7 pounds, 7 ounces. That one weighs 4 pounds. And that's with the battery on them. Thing is a beast.